check this out. There's some reishi on the bottom of this tree right here. I just got to figure out how to get over there. Let's see how this is going to work. Looks like we can use this area and maybe hold on to this tree and jump onto this spot. Or just bring boots and do what Maggie's doing. But, or we could go this way. I might be able to jump across from that spot to here. Or I can go back and then come around. That's probably better. We're going to do that. Alright, just showing you guys like the thought process that goes into getting some of these. It seems like it might be a little bit of a trick. So here, no, I might be able to just jump right across this. Look at that. Oh, here we go. Awesome. Let's check this out. What we got? Oh, that's a good one. The white is the medicinal part. So the white has the most medicinal properties of a reishi. This is I believe this is a golden reishi or a ling chi reishi. So it's one of the two. But we're going to take this one and leave the other one. And I should have a knife with me, but I didn't bring it today. Just out enjoying the day with my lady and my dog. Oh, she's got it. If you guys heard her. But yeah, so here we go. That's medicinal, guys. I'm taking that home and I'm going to make a decoction out of it. Boil it for a couple hours. First I'm going to put it in a blender and get some the particles smaller. It's not really micronizing, but it's kind of like the stage right before micronizing, if you're familiar with how to do that. So, but yeah, so I'm going to go home and cut it into small pieces with a blender, and then put it in a pot and boil it with some water for about 2 hours and make some ice cubes, and then stick it right in the freezer, in the ice cubes. And that's how we put those ice cubes in smoothies every day. So guys, if you're interested in that, I've got a video. It's actually the first video I ever made. It tells people, I'm trying to help people understand how to incorporate mushrooms into their daily life. So be sure to check that out. Alright guys, a couple points I wanted to add here that I forgot to add a minute ago is that I know this is a reishi because of the varnish cap that's on top. It's very smooth, and this is actually the varnish part, the coloring. So we know from the color pattern that that's a reishi color pattern, the red to orange to yellow to white, and the varnish on it is this kind of plastic coating feeling that's on it. So that identifies a reishi mushroom. So I believe this is the ling chi. It could be, it might even be the golden, to be honest, but they both have equal medicinal properties, so either one is fine. So we're taking that one home. But guys, I just looked up and saw an oyster mushroom coming in, and anytime you find one oyster growing in the environment that you're in, usually you can look around and you find more of them growing on the tree here. So where Jess is, she's got her hand on that tree. So we're going to go over and see what that's like, because that looks like a gorgeous flush. Absolutely. That's dinner. That's what I'm talking about. You guys have been wanting to see what it looks like when you find a nice flush and what it takes to get to it. If you guys can see the forest floor here is very, very swampy. But then you find stuff like this every now and then if you spend a little time in the woods. And these guys are absolutely beautiful. So there is a few, it might be some fungus beetles. Actually, I don't see any beetles, but there is some fungus gnats. So there's definitely some gnats in here. There's a little bit of pest pressure on them. For the most part, I say this one is one that I'd probably take. These look a little buggy to me, but you know, it's fungus gnats are not harmful to us if we eat them. So we just got to make sure that we cook the mushrooms for at least about 10 to 15 minutes on a medium heat. And guys, these are oyster mushrooms, and the way I can tell is that they have decurrent gills. So what that means is if I take one off like so, see how the gills go all the way down the stem. So those gills are decurrent. And that way, that identifies two mushrooms here in North Carolina, eastern North Carolina. One is the angel wing mushroom, which is now classified as poisonous. It didn't used to be, but now because of an incident in Japan with a lot of elderly people, if you have a compromised immune system, they do not recommend eating the angel wing mushrooms. But these are not angel wing mushrooms. This is an oak tree, so we can identify them by what they grow on. So this is oak. This is a decurrent gilled mushroom, so it's most likely a Pleurotus species, so it is one of the oyster mushrooms. As far as which one, I just call them, if they're white and they have decurrent gills and look like angel wings, but they're not, because it's on an oak tree and angel wings grow on evergreens, then at that point, you're looking at an oyster, man. So I'm happy with that, and I'm gonna take it home, and that's dinner, guys. That's exciting. So I hope you guys are out and looking around, foraging and enjoying the day. It's a beautiful day, nice moist day back here in the woods. And this is Tom and Jess with Permaculture Wilmington, and we have just found a glorious oyster flush. Absolutely beautiful. I'm going to leave a couple little ones there because we got to leave some to spore so they'll stay in this area. And if you guys look down, you can notice that there's some really old spent ones, so I definitely wouldn't even consider these. This is called a state of deliquescence, where it just kind of melts into the ground. It's really interesting. But yeah, so those wouldn't be ones I'm taking, but I am going to take this big bottom one because it looks perfect. There's not one thing wrong with it. Look at that, that's beautiful. There's a fungus beetle, but there's no holes. There's not a lot of, you can actually look at the back, and if you see a lot of holes in the texture of the meat, then that's where all the fungus gnats have been crawling through. And you can also cut them open to see, because you can see it really well sideways. And you look for little black, oh, there's one little guy there, a little black head. It looks like a little pin, but they're real hard to see. But that's the larva of the fungus flies. So this does have some in it, and I'm just going to soak it in water for a little while, maybe like 20 minutes or so, and they come right out as soon as you put them in the water. Usually they just kind of wiggle out and they'll be in the bottom of the bowl. But yeah, that's how we prepare them, guys, and this is going to be dinner. So pretty, guys. This is my favorite part of the trail. You see how beautiful this is? We've got this ridge that we're walking up behind us. That's where Jess is. And it comes down between these two giant trees into this opening. It's a lower elevation with all this growth. And so all the growth makes a microclimate on the forest floor here in this really marshy area, and it causes a lot of evaporation, and that drawing of moisture coming up is what causes oyster mushrooms to grow so well and so quickly after a good rain. So this is a great spot to look around, and as I was walking, I just happened to look, and where is it on the camera here? There you go. Look right up and down this tree. It's hard to see, I guess, with a camera, but you know, in person they stand out really well. So we're going to go down and see what that's all about. So guys, here we are. We're down in the lower elevation that I just showed you, and these are definitely oyster mushrooms. They have decurrent gills underneath. This is not an evergreen. I believe it's an oak. It's hard to tell because it's dead, but I'm pretty sure this is an oak. And it looks like there is some gilled polypores forming, or a species similar, because it does have some some gills that are coming off like a gilled polypore would, but it's growing a little bit differently. So this, I think this might be a different kind, maybe a crust fungus, but this is definitely a polypore. You can see the little microscopic pores. I don't know how close I can get with Jess's phone, but it's been impressing me all day here. Oh my goodness, that's wonderful. So you guys can see all those little pores in there, and that identifies with a polypore. So lots going on up here, guys, on this one tree. And these are saprophytic mushrooms, so this is a dead tree. It's not alive, and that's how we can verify that that is another characteristic of the Pleurotus species, which is the oyster mushroom. So, okay guys, hope you're having a good day. I'm not taking any of these. These are all spent mushrooms, so these are either really buggy, like this, these little ones here, or this is a deliquescent, so they've already gone into the state of melting. And the curling here identifies with dryness and how the spores have already been released, so this is past its prime. And how the spores are going up like this means that it's been trying to get moisture, and it's already released the spores, so it's past its prime, and it's gone through a state of where it's been in a really dry climate, which is not a good thing if you're a mushroom. Okay guys, hope you're having a great day. Tom with Permaculture Wilmington. We found you! Where did you wander off to while we were mushroom foraging? She is in no rush to get back to us. She has to let everyone know that she's been here first. She's got her priorities. And the other side... nothing of interest. Alright, now she's ready for the humans. One last check. Nope, she wants to go that way. She's trying to let us know that that is the direction she wishes to go. The Queen has spoken. This is the way.